Hey guys, welcome back to the Snapper and Chronicles. We're coming back at you with another ratchet set video. Okay, what we have today is a set of Penney ratchets, and as we know, Penney, like Craftsman and Sears, really didn't make any tools. So they contracted different companies to make their tools, and this is a case in point. This is kind of from the back wall of ratchets, I would like to call it. I like calling it. Something, I guess, you don't see that often. I don't really see these that often, and when I do, they're like, for some reason, they demand a little bit of a premium. Don't know why. Can you guess who made these for JCPenney? Here you go, here's the back. They differ from the regular manufacturer's ratchet in that it has this flat handle with a plate, just a polished plate on one side, not both sides. And they have some model numbers here. This is the 353, forged USA. This is the 3532, also forged in USA. And the weird thing about this is that they kept the same font for the big one as they did with the small one. They're the same size letters. Usually, I guess in something like a Craftsman, you see the letters are different sizes for the different size ratchets. This one they didn't even bother. They stamped both of them with the same stamp, as not to make, not to have to make different size stamps. So that's kind of an interesting little point there. And if you're still guessing, this was made by SK. These were made by SK for JCPenney. The only thing, like I said, is that slightly different handles, same mechanisms, same heads on these. As you can see here, probably they were trying to go for that Craftsman ratchet type of look here with the plate and the flattish handle. Don't know, but yeah, this is what they came up with. And the plate is shiny, and the sides all the way up and around have been polished. This area here has been kind of not polished, and the backs are not polished. And let me put this one aside for a second. Oh, and by the way, if you can do me a big favor and hit the like, and more important, hit the subscribe button if you find any of these ratchet videos at all interesting. Do me a big favor and hit those buttons for me. Okay, this is the bigger one. This one's a little bit worse for wear. The plating is a little bit worn, more worn on this one than the 3/8 one. On the back, you can see here, it's a bit worn. There's letters, small letters, same stamps. I'm pretty sure as the 3/8 one. You see the small letters there. See the head. And this one, just for time, I took the ring off already. So we got the ring, and just to show you the insides. If you are curious, nothing much to see here, because this is an exact copy of the SK ratchets. So this is the switch. Here is the inner switch that's peened to a roundish barrel type mechanism that holds the plunger. And let's see if I'm able to get it out. No, actually, I noticed that on these bigger ones, these 1/2-inch ones, it's sometimes better just to take them out. To take the plunger out the side, because once you pull it out a little bit, it kind of unclips from the pawl, and you're able to just maneuver it down, because this edge here holds over here, and if you pull it out and turn it a little bit, you'll see the plunger is exposed. And there it is. So now we can remove this, and this is the switch that's pinned onto this barrel shaped holder has the spring in there, and it has this plunger, which the plunger is solid, which is a little bit different than most of these round heads like this. Usually they'll have a hollow plunger, but not here. They have a solid plunger. And then you just take the pin out. This is what the pin is, looks like. It's a little thick, a little thicker than most pins we see in these round heads. And here is the pawl. The pawl also is a little bit different shape than we usually see in round head ratchets, but they've kept this design since, I'm going to say, the 30s. They haven't really changed the way they manufactured these. So I think you might even be able to switch out parts from a ratchet from the 30s to a more modern SK. I'm pretty sure you'll be able to do that. So this is what the pawl looks like, and the mechanism housing looks okay. Doesn't look too bad here. I've seen worse in SK. Seems like different eras of SKs have had kind of a little bit of quality control issues. Okay, you put the pin in, get the pawl lined up, and here's a look inside the broaching, and a thin set of teeth. See the teeth there, they're pretty thin. They're not wide at all, and the broaching is kind of wonky on a lot of SK. You see the back teeth, they look kind of gnarled back there. You see that? And that's not from use or misuse. That's just broaching. And right here, down here, you can see some teeth are not as long as others. Yeah, that's not that they were broken. That's just kind of a not so great broach that SK was suffering from. I guess they let the broach go too long, and you get kind of raggedy looking back teeth. The fronts look pretty good. You see, the front looks good, but it's just those back ones that are usually gnarled on these later SKs. This a date, I would say, if I had to guess, I'm not sure when this came out. I'd have to guess maybe 70s for this, maybe 60s, maybe, but more maybe 70s or 80s, I would say, for this ratchet. I could be wrong. You guys know more than me. Let me know. Okay, let me grab a pick, and you just flatten. As a matter of fact, I think you can't flatten these, and that's another thing with the 1/2 inch. You don't have this problem. This problem is not with the 3/8 ratchet. This problem is mostly this 1/2 inch. You can't, there's not enough room to mash the plunger all the way in from the front and then push it in it kind of sticks up a little bit. I think the way I took it apart is the way it should go back in. You'd have to maneuver the plunger into the hole like that, and then mash it down a little bit. And I think now you can mash it and turn the switch. Like that. And once you get it in between this groove here, that's when it engages, and you can't the plunger won't escape through this side. But to take it apart, you have to pull the plunger out a little bit and get it off of this edge here and move it over here, so you can take out the plunger and reassemble it the same way. Now you just center. What I do is I usually center the pawl, so there's no problem when it goes in. And now you put your ring. I push up on the mechanism a little bit so I can get the ring in just there. Now get your pliers and push it in, and a lot of times it won't go in all the way. You have to finagle it a little bit. There you go. See if it's ratcheting. Yeah, it's ratcheting. So there you go. There is the set of the Penney, the 353 and the 353-2 ratchets, made by SK in the US for Penney retail department store. One question I have, I'm wondering if they made a 1/4-inch version of this. I'm not sure they did. If I had to say, I would probably doubt it. I just think they made these two, but if you guys seen one out there, let me know. Okay guys, until next time.